All right, let's do it. Time to send somebody home in an interesting spot for both these teams. A lot of high hopes going into the wild card, but not necessarily the position they expected to be in.
Yep, same exact series scores across the board. The only difference for me, Team Secret had a tough loss against Renegades. Veloce against V1. I would tier V1 a little bit higher than Renegades, which gives me the edge to Veloce coming in, but
yeah.
Team Secret, if they've improved on a couple of different things that we can talk about later on in the series, I think we'll have an even match.
Now, Secret had a long night last night after the overtime loss. Thinking about that match against Renegades. For Veloce, a better performance in the end against V1. Still not enough for the win, though. Both these teams coming in, again, at 1 and 2, respectively.
Yep.
Whoever does walk away with the win will keep their hopes alive here in the wild card. The other side will be taking an early flight home.
Oh, my goodness. We're already out to very high-paced start. Big clears heading down each side of the field. SMW is up for that one off the backboard, and I really think this is going to be a much more even match than some might predict.
Sure.
Veloce, it's difficult to analyze the play style that they bring. Team Secret, I think, is a little bit more straightforward with their aggression and the way they like to play mechanically. Veloce, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes you get some mechanics, sometimes you get some aggression, and sometimes you get yourself a goal with Senzo to start us off.
Now, we've talked about him a lot, but it's going to be some of these kickoff wins and the continuations down the field. The double tap setup from SMW, Senzo punching it home for the 1-0 lead. It's going to be massive for both teams, and I think for Team Secret, they're going to have to deal with that backboard pressure for the majority of this series.
And I think the different play styles we see out of Veloce is because of Senzo. That man likes to play every single play style you can imagine. He'll be aggressive, he'll go for demos, he'll be the cleanup shot. Here's a demo from Knight, might lead to an easy follow-up as that does trickle into the midfield. There was a flip reset too gathered, but the pass not accurate and fast enough.
Yeah, a bit of an open net, not a lot of boost to be able to continue the play, but regardless, they won't find the angle, and we still hold on to a 1-0 lead. How long will that last? But both teams vying for a spot at midfield. We have a challenge that sends its way towards the corner, jets up towards the ceiling, and a double commit that leads way to a clear. If you're Veloce, you come into this with a lot of expectations and understanding the pace of Team Secret. You're going to be worried about Knight and Math on the defensive end, and we've seen them get great rotations just as now. How far upfield they do play, the physicality could be huge.
Big clears from Veloce. They're trying to use the top part of the map, send that one straight down. It worked in the first instance, but they're forced to look at the defensive side of things and get in front of it. There's a double commit, so there's more space on the field, going for an infield pass. It doesn't result in any shot, but still the best look for Team Secret.
Yeah, it's 2 saves in a row. Really putting the pressure on early if you're Team Secret. Gonna have to continue to do so. One rotating out towards midfield. That should be Knight. And he will think twice about the engagement here. Senzo finds the clear, but Math cuts it away. Interception. Team Secret, double tap. Great enough. It's sad. We'll tie the game.
And it's a real big error off the backboard for Veloce. We had somebody in position. I believe it was Twiz. Yes, it was, excuse me. Couldn't find the touch. And then Sad just anticipated a whiff, and that's the best possible situation.
It's a quick setup. Both teams getting their early looks in the start of game 1. Long best of 7. An interesting thing about the wild card, we've had many discussions about it, is it's not best of 5s anymore, right? Like, this is a brutal gauntlet to walk through. This is a grueling series, regardless if it's a 4-0 win. It's been close throughout the rest of this tournament, and it's going to continue to be so, and even more difficult the further and further you move on.
Absolutely. And it's going to be difficult to put a shot on net when the defensive Team Secret is so fast in the air, like we just witnessed. A good 50-50 win for Math sends this ball flying across the net. Twiz now. I really like his addition to Veloce. I think that it was the right move to sub out Impressive. No disrespect towards Impressive, but I just don't think they were meshing well as a team. Subbing in Twiz seems like they've gotten much more lethal on offense and a lot more threats coming towards the end of Team Secret.
We've played these aerials for about 30 seconds or so. Finally, the ball does find its way into the hands of Team Secret. Looking for the extension upfield, but we'll poke it free. And now try to continue the play forward. Pressing the issue through the corner. Math does escape around the 50, but can't get away from Senzo's hand as he grabs both and clears it right back into the orange side of the field. Now, Veloce looking for numbers up, but Math will play it right back into the hands of Veloce.
And I love what Senzo's doing. He realizes his team is in a bit of a sticky situation, so what does he do? He extends forward, takes the boost, and then that means Team Secret are forced to clear this ball all the way down the other side of the field instead of keep it close, because they have no boost to have any counterattack.
Resource management's going to be big in this series for Veloce. We saw them pick up the pace against version 1 at the end of yesterday, though they did drop the series. It came down to a couple of crucial challenges that did not go their way, and at the end of the day, V1 is just a tough opponent to handle.
Miscommunication on the field. SMW and Senzo didn't know what each other was doing. Senzo predicted a pass coming down, And now we've got Team Secret looking for something, maneuvering past the defense. That's a clear shot, and it's accurate. Knight makes it 2-1.
And that's a save you're going to have to make if you're Veloce, but this setup is absurd.
Wow.
Sad's
What is
touch the third, and Team Secret riding the coattails of what Sad just put on the board. You're going to need plays like that in this series.
That is simply disgusting. The third follow-up, he did enough work with the double tap off the backboard, but then to get the third one and put it in the midfield, the hustle from that man, and then maybe a follow-up to make it a 2-goal lead. Team Secret don't connect. 45 seconds left, Veloce forced to try and equalize.
Both teams only winning one game so far in this wild card in 2 best-of-7s. You're guaranteed, at least for that stat to change in the start of the game 1. Under 60 to play, about half of that allotted.
Here it is.
Math trying to keep it in front of the box, just puts it towards the net. Quality shot. Here comes the follow-up attempt. Denied quickly, and Senda will try to take it away. Will do so around 1. Gives it right back to the orange side of the field. Secret punching it towards the midfield line. Pressure now mounting, continuing on. Veloce looking for a quality attempt and a possession, and they will not find the goal there.
We don't see a mistake on the backboard like we saw from Veloce. Team Secret have been much more consistent with those mechanics and getting the reads. And then the speed, look at that 50-50 win. That was massive for Math and Team Secret. Stopped everything Veloce had to offer. And as a result, we should see this ball drop down unless maybe SMW can make some quick work with it.
Well, it's still alive off the backboard. Here comes a double commit, and that will be in.
Yes, sir.
And that will be game 1. Pretty risk-averse from both teams.
Right.
But Team Secret just played clean Rocket League throughout, and they took advantage of a fantastic touch from Sad.
And we just didn't see any backboard issues. Rotations were pretty spot on. That first goal for Veloce was, of course, something special, but pretty quiet after that. Fist bumps given to each other, and the best way to start out a series, of course, for Team Secret. Out of Veloce, I'm relatively happy with how they performed. I think that they got off to a strong start, but simple mistakes on the defensive side with those whiffs.
Yeah, there's nothing jarring other than a whiff or two, an easy touch that could have gone the other way. But a neutral ground is where you want to stand if you're Veloce. You know this is going to be a grueling series like the Des talked about. It's going to have to take one 5-minute stretch after another, and we will wonder when those tactical timeouts will come into play, because you are granted that in the wild card. As you see your Mobile 1 high-performance replay, it was a continuous effort from Team Secret, and this triple tap from Sad just to set up the pass. That is one of the best touches you're going to see the entire week.
That is unfair. That is literally unfair. There's not much you can do there as the defender in the net. You see the ball, go for a double tap. It's routine, okay? Some players can get past the defender, go for a double tap, but then they get the follow-up because there's an extra element that needs to be there, and that's the recovery. You get a double tap, you have to land on the backboard perfectly. If you don't land and maybe do a little bit of a wobble, you can't get another touch. Nobody expects it. That's where it came out of nowhere. And for Veloce, I think you have to stop underestimating what mechanics lie on the other side.
Yeah, it's a bit of a snowball effect for a lot of teams. You get a breakaway chance like that, you get Sad hitting his mechanics at the right time, and it gets so much more difficult to deal with. But granted, it was only game 1. We've seen a lot of teams have their high highs and their low lows as the series progresses, and I wonder what the adjustments will be from Team Secret and Veloce as we get into this one. Aquadome on your screens now. Game 2 is underway.
And I want to get into Team Secret and what I have my eyes peeled for. And that is going to be the defense that we see inside their own box. As I was doing some replay reviews, I saw a lot of issues in the defense when the ball is contained in their own small area right in front of the net. That is where they find a lot of mistakes. They get on top of each other, go for some double commits, can't find solid communication. Out of Team Secret, what I want to see consistently is tight-knit defense and everybody spacing the field out so that defensive side inside the box is much cleaner.
You become a little bit more squished going for those double commits when you don't have boost, and it's really just kind of a victim of circumstance. Sometimes you have to make those challenges, but often it doesn't work out. As this one ping-pongs its way around towards the front of the box, but cleared away from the blue side. For the moment, 4 extra challenges for Team Secret keep this one alive. Another 50, and Sad keeping it on the ground. Pops it high off Knight. It's going to come off the top wall, and Twiz will have to play it low towards the bar as Sad circles yet again for the center, and a great shot as Knight finds the lead again.
Team Secret are just setting up a tent, camping on the backboard, and they are comfortable. Look at Sad doing so much work, so much damage to get the follow-up touch. This man can't stop.
You know, we talked a lot about the boost management and how difficult it will be when you're running low, especially trying to clear the ball off the backboard. You just saw it right there. Continuous pressure from Team Secret, and Sad off the kickoff, almost dunks it through. Numbers around for Team Secret, but in this instance, we will go back to the counterattack, and rotation should spread out just a little, but Veloce struggling to clear this ball away.
still off the backboard. Knight had a chance there to get a second follow-up touch. If you're Veloce, you need to tell each other, we need to prioritize these rotations to the backboard and get somebody up there early on in advance to stop Sad from doing what he's been doing best all series.
It's been one swing, these isolated hits, stagnant offense, but
there he is
there's
again,
a demo,
Knight,
and it just missed it. Wait, did Knight just save that?
I think that Team Secret just cleared that one out. I'm not sure if that would have hit the post and out, but it was a good look and then an awkward touch from Team Secret.
You do you, bro. That might have been a 2-0 lead.
Strategic.
But they don't even falter off the potential miss. Veloce have not had long possessions at midfield, struggling to get to that 50-yard line. Continuous rebounds, won by Team Secret.
Here's
Finally, Twiz holds on to possession, gets it around one.
Oh.
Can't find the connection. Senzo tried to jump the gun into the lane, was successful, but missed the touch. And Sad will take it on his loan.
Oh, that's
Big
it.
pump. Oh, a great save as well. Twiz keeping this at just a one-goal game.
Sad has been the offensive MVP for Team Secret. Had a flawless first touch, was able to go for a follow-up demo and let that ball float in. It wasn't strong enough though, didn't have the pace. Idea was there, and we've run through about half of the game in this series, game number 2. Veloce still waiting on their response.
I mean, it's been hit after hit after hit after hit, and if you are Veloce, you need to at least re-establish that midfield line. You can't afford to go down 2 games in the series with really nothing to show for it in terms of the respect department, what Team Secret have been able to do, and elected to bully you past midfield. These 50 wins on their own side just make it so much more difficult to hold on to possession, but Veloce with a back pass from Senzo, popping it high from SMW, looking for the connection. It will be there around the top bar, cleared away quickly, and now Team Secret will wrangle in this ball for possession again.
A really good look from Twiz. Accuracy just slightly off. Veloce picking up speed, finding momentum. This is a really solid approach on offense. Definitely the best form of possession we've seen in this game. We'll see if Twiz can make some magic off the backboard. Doesn't find it. A good demo, and that's got to relieve some pressure.
It's been one touch at a time, one push at a time.
Oh my good night.
Veloce
just take him out?
Yeah, gets absolutely ejected. Thrown into the stratosphere. And the follow-up from Veloce just hasn't been there. Struggling to keep the ball on the ground when they go for the aerials. That's dangerous, off the bar. Keeps the post as the 4th defender, and Sad will escape. How much boost does he have? Not enough. Can't keep it off the back wall. Another clear. Finally, Veloce can breathe at midfield. Was looking for the reset, but here comes Twiz.
And it's to nobody. He didn't have a single teammate turning on the rotation. 2 players opting to go back, and Sad was looking for a demo as Team Secret transition out. Down the other end, denied by Math. And a minute left to waste for Team Secret, or another minute to get an opportunity for Veloce.
I mean, you can't fault either defense. They're playing so great. There just hasn't been a lot of opportunities for creativity, but Sad, the reset off the backboard, was trying to set up a pass for his teammate. No center. Will play it low. Back down to earth as Senzo, racing towards the corner, can't grab the boost. Do you have enough resources if you're Veloce? Kinda. Corkscrewing into the midfield. Another takeaway. Team Secret now pressing, but they don't have the touch nor the possession to keep this one going.
It's a grounded ball, which means better 50-50s for Team Secret. A big miss from Twiz too, but thankfully SMW is there to bail him out. Math just trying to hold on to this ball, get it out of the hands of Veloce, waste the clock down. Final 10 seconds. Veloce have been quiet all game long. Will they get their first goal? They've got 5 seconds to do it.
You can play it from Senzo. You'd have to kick it through the corner though.
Still
and now
up.
it's a wrap around. All it takes is one touch from Team Secret, a pinch. It's alive for Twiz. He grabs the boost, but quickly read and dealt with. A lot of pressure in the end.
Yeah.
Completely different than the start of game 2, but Team Secret denying so much of that midfield line for the majority of this series so far, and it gave them the 1-0 lead that they held on.
Yeah, very vigorous defense so far from, Team Secret. They have been holding on, winning 50-50s. Good chances out of Veloce. I like what I saw at the end where they were keeping the ball grounded, throwing a mix-up at the defense, but still Team Secret were able to hold on. I want to see more out of Veloce and what they're willing to do with risks. I haven't seen anything too scary where one person wants to go for a demo, maybe go for an extra boost steal, and we just got information that we do have a timeout on the side of Veloce. So this is their chance to recover, recuperate, and try and fix their mistakes.
I think this is an important timeout and a necessary one because for about 2.5 minutes in game 2,
it was painful.
Where was Veloce at midfield? They just weren't there. And eventually, when they did get there, they were able to hold on to a boost just a couple of times, but they struggled to get anything other than solo challenges on the ball. Oftentimes, we're kicking it towards the backboard, trying to play it low to the corner. and Team Secret were there ready and waiting to meet that touch. And it's difficult when you're not winning your one-on-ones, you're not able to play through the zone defense and spread out in the front of the box to get areas of opportunity where you can shoot. That power won't be there if you don't respond with physicality, and it just seems that the offense is a little too one-dimensional right now.
I'm just glad that you brought up the front of the box, because that's still the same issue that I saw previously for Team Secret that they fixed. They're not stepping on each other's toes, which is a clear indicator that they have worked on a lot of the issues they had. The communication has been spot on, because no double commits coming out really that have implemented or impacted the game, That is key for Team Secret. Love what I'm seeing out of their defense. Not the same story for Veloce. And right now, they've got a lot of adaptations to make, a lot of changes to force on their play style. Just take a break, try and fix things moving forward.
And for a lot of our regions who have been getting more experience here at the Wildcard, and some of them getting their first real kind of big LAN experience, we've seen that be a staple, that being the defensive stops for a lot of these teams, how good the defense has been throughout the Wildcard, and that's a good sign going into the main event. But you only win by scoring, and at the end of the day, there needs to be a little bit more creativity, especially from your main strikers. And we saw that a little bit with Senzo and Sad setting up some nice triple taps, but it required that to get a goal.
Just more risks, and you can understand why a player who's at their first LAN event might not be willing to take risks. You've got the experienced Senzo, but Veloce as a team, not too experienced here in this environment, and so not willing to take risks. But you're facing elimination. You've got to throw everything you have at Team Secret. Don't go down without a fight.
Yeah, now's the time to throw everything you have in the kitchen sink onto the table and call your shot. You got nothing to lose. Creativity is your best friend. And so far, the kickoff wins have been Team Secret's, but early on, it's SMW trying to play a 1v2 through the corner. Eventually, this ball does jet its way back towards the midfield. Clear from the ceiling. Sad will follow in with the play. Trying to pop it from Veloce, looking for a possession, but a shot that rings true for the moment. Team Secret funneling their anger into this game.
There was a double commit from Team Secret, but I believe it was Sad who was able to get a bump on the last player out of Veloce, which cut off their transition. Another double commit. As I just talked about the communication, seeing those errors pop up is a good sign if you're a fan for Veloce.
That back wall will bend, but it won't break for both teams. We've seen this a couple of times now. It seems the tides are starting to turn. Veloce finally getting upfield uncontested and able to find one another. If not, hold on to possession for longer. And it's just, you can't overstate how important that is for a team who can continuously just throw the ball to the other side of the field and try to play through those progressions.
And while it is rare, there is a world where that timeout does affect Team Secret and kills their momentum. One small little break, extra 60 seconds, can stop a lot of what Team Secret were doing so well. And that's exactly what Veloce were trying to accomplish.
And one thing to take note of, we haven't seen a lot of defensive mistakes or whiffs from Veloce from Game 2. So far going into Game 3, it's been about as clean as you'd want. We'll play laterally now to the opposite wing. This ball hangs in traffic for the moment. It should be dealt with. It will be. Team Secret doing a very nice job playing boom ball to get to the other side of the field, but the blue half completely controlled by Veloce yet again. Math taking it on his lonesome. Double tap to center it and looking for the extension. Sad was almost there to connect it for the 1-2, but no score as of yet.
It seems as though Team Secret always have one extra touch where you don't expect it. One extra follow-up. Even if they don't have the boost, they'll find a way to get a pre-flip into the ball, go for an extra hit. That has thrown Veloce off several times, especially off the backboard, and it's because of this man here, Sad.
That's a great read going into your counterattack. The hesitation from Math, getting it right in the lane, and Sad was waiting for his chance to move up. He's the third man back. He's waiting for the opportunity for the midfield to present itself. Once it's clear, he makes that jump. Team Secret take advantage of the ground game, and now the aerials can open up for him.
And it's a chip shot from Sad. You like seeing him implement that as he kept his ball, or excuse me, his car low to the ground to get as much power. On the shot, though, is Veloce, saved from Sad. Team Secret. The defense looks good, and the offense looks good.
They need to follow up sooner, and then they miss a 50 on the opposite side, so you get caught in rotation. Now you have to turtle up on defense and hope you have enough boost to escape this pressure. That's a dangerous touch. Here comes Sad off the bar, right back down. Anybody else from Team Secret around? Not for the moment. You're gonna have to play this towards the corner. They will. Math will keep it alive, but Senzo desperately clearing it away, and a big one at that.
Now everybody pay attention to what Senzo does. He goes in for another follow-up, doesn't get the touch. What's he doing off the field? I believe he just got a demo, potentially threatening the defense. There he is again, doing more work. Senzo is going to be the player who steps up, the veteran of this team. That's what you want.
And that demo is great, but where's the follow-up in the air from Veloce? There's so much time, there's so much hang space to make a play happen. They are struggling to meet these aerials on the point of contact against Team Secret, and it's leaving opportunities on the table that could lead way to an equalizer. So far, though, they connect off the ceiling, right back down, won't find it, and SMW has to fly out of his own lane to meet this rotation.
That's what I wanted to see, though, from Twiz. He was the third man and pushed forward with a risky aerial, but had the speed to match it. I think Veloce need more confidence as that third man back to push forward, take a risk, and maybe get something in reward.
And that's a great 50, and here comes the reinforcements. The cavalry has arrived towards the goal line, but they just can't find the window of opportunity. Knight leaving it towards the opposite corner, not getting over aggressive from Team Secret. They know what's at stake right now. This 1-0 lead is sacred. It's been that way for the entire series. Off the backboard, center, quick clear.
Wow.
And oftentimes Team Secret will double stack on the goal line and send one out for the quick challenge. They get the rotation back out again, and they can swing that transition down the sideline, wasting no time nor expense. As of now, it's been all of Team Secret on defense, holding this lead, but that 50 and the block from Sad keeps this game 1-0.
That 50-50 had a lot of power behind it, and Sad crashed the net. Team Secret, these rotations so fast to get back into the net, find the far post, and keep your team still in the lead with a 1-goal advantage. This is it. 30 seconds, Veloce still scoreless. They have been on a streak. Can't find anything that breaks through.
These demos are brutal because you can just play off the backboard. You can continue to throw this ball downfield, kill time. 16 seconds to go. Senzo can't get there. It's a double commit, but the ball's still alive. Hold on. Senzo getting physical on the fake. Almost slips through, but the defense too aware of the positioning from Team Secret. You got 5 seconds to make this possible. One more push is all you need, but Math, the double tap, alive. Ball hanging at midfield. It will die at the ground. And Team Secret are 1 game away from sweeping their way through.
Held scoreless the previous 2 games. Match point, painful stuff from Veloce. Some good looks, even in the final 30 seconds. You saw that player who was far post as the shot got put across. Could have gotten a redirect, didn't find it. Small moments like that are what can change a series, and they did not connect. Only scoring 1 goal in game 1, and that's it. It has been crickets from their offense since.
I mean, it's easy to say that they have been slow to some of the aerials on the goal line, and Team Secret have taken advantage of that lackluster approach. But I also think it's just credit, again, to the defensive stops of Team Secret, how quickly they get back to midfield. And we're not seeing a lot of contest at that 50-yard line. We're not seeing both teams vying for position, fighting for possession. How quickly Team Secret get the ball, immediately fly down the field, and they're setting up a chance on offense. It's difficult for Veloce to get anything going.
And another one of their best opportunities that we just saw in the Mobile One High Performance replay package was a double commit. You had 2 players going for the same shot very closely together. And that was a risk, but they took it, and it almost benefited them. They were so close to getting the goal, had a solid look. I want more of that out of Veloce. Team Secret, it's not flawless, it's not perfect, it's not as fundamental as I'd say Veloce is playing right now, but it's risky, it's dangerous, it's effective. Something is needed with a little extra sauce right there for Veloce.
And if you're Veloce, now's the time to pounce. And that sounds super simple, and it is. But now is the time to get overly creative, overextend a little bit. Like, even if you have to double commit. Because right now, Team Secret are just playing not to lose. They get a 1-0 lead, they play defensively, and they punch the ball downfield. They get their chances where they take them, but they're not forcing anything. If you're Veloce, you have to get Team Secret uncomfortable.
SMW.
Like there, right on the goal line, you have to start getting physical.
Absolutely. Senzo, he's been the player who has taken initiative and taken charge.
Oh, wow.
Getting aggressive still. They're coming out with mechanics. How are Team Secret finding these saves?
That's a good opening look for Veloce. It was off the kickoff. We're getting physicality, a couple of bumps, and a quality chance. Just can't land for the goal, but you'll take more of that, as these deciding factors will decide this series, for lack of a better term. It's a 3-0 lead currently. 1 game away from a sweep, but Veloce with their backs against the wall.
Big demo.
How can they respond?
Ooh, almost got a bump on Twiz. Deadly stuff. Math coming in for the crash, and a big flick from Twiz. Now maybe he can turn the tides off the post and out. Maybe it would have been better to go for a pass or something off the backboard. A good look for Veloce.
Stifling themselves right up the gut. They have to be careful about these quick shots right through the elbow. Math will fly out for boost. Sad will take the challenge, and falling down, meets it again. That just kills the play.
I have noticed, though, boost possession in favor for Veloce. Taking the corners, especially from Senzo. That's a double commit. Not the best sign. And then the third man does go, but I like the willingness to challenge this ball. And you'll notice Veloce can get back in time. If there's a double commit and that third man still gets aggressive,
wow,
you can recover and find yourself back on defense, but comfortably.
With Veloce always playing in front of the ball, they can't get behind Team Secret on their counterattack, so they're having to force themselves to take those one-on-ones, which they haven't been winning. And Team Secret are more than happy to throw one body at midfield at a time. Two playing off the backboard. There's a demo, but Math will clear. SMW trying to slow, will do so. Keeping it on the ground, Knight denies the push upfield. 2 minutes burned here in game number 4. Not much fanfare. Can he get it over Senzo? No. Through the corner, Team Secret now pressing.
I still think this is the best we've seen out of Veloce, the best they have looked. Well, they haven't scored yet and ended that drought since game 1. They are finding saves on defense. It's close, but still able to clear it out. 2:40, almost half the game gone, and then there's a beautiful pass, still denied, SMW.
And that's the thing, when Veloce start to wait for that pass, wait for that shot, that's when Team Secret are going to pick up the speed and the pacing in the lane and go for a powerful hit. You might catch Veloce off guard, and one double commit is all it takes. Trying to punch it free, right back into the hands of Team Secret. How many times have we said that this series? They've always been in a position to watch those trades.
Oh.
Another demo. Man advantage, pie off the backboard. This one will clang around, but eventually will fall right back into Team Secret's POV.
Yeah.
And it's these interesting interceptions and these 50s that pull the defense out and they kind of stretch the counterattack wide. Veloce don't always have numbers together to find those passes on the infield.
It does feel like we're in a likely situation where Team Secret find a counterattack with a big clear downfield and you've got somebody waiting. They've had to play more defense in game 4 than I'd say all the other games combined. Now, they're going to get a goal with this play style. It's going to be down the field, or maybe a big miss. Twiz unable to find the touch in a situation where he could have easily reached it. Oh, pain.
50s are rough, but that's... I mean, you know, again, he's behind his own defender. Could be tough to see.
Yeah.
But at this stage in the series, at this part of the tournament, that's a shot you might have to save.
That's one that I want to hopefully go back later and look at the replay to see if he could have gotten a touch, but he does find this save and redeems himself. Veloce trailing again.
And this could be the best thing to happen for Veloce, because now it's time to panic. Now you don't have to play through the midfield as cautiously as you've done before. How aggressive can they get?
Yeah.
Can they start winning these challenges? They do off Wiz. It might have snuck through if Sad wasn't paying attention, but again, the defensive Team Secret making it very easy to read. And they'll escape with possession. Another powerful shot off the backboard. Twiz can't make the read. Senzo playing towards the side wall. Someone from Team Secret is there. It's Knight, who could center it out in the front of the box.
Oh.
A 2-0 lead, and a devastating one at that.
A solo play from Knight, and it's a tricky one. It looked like an illusion from the defensive side of Veloce. You think he's going to go for an early shot, but then he drops it down and chips it underneath. Beautiful mechanics on display. 55 seconds left. Team Secret so close to sending Veloce home.
It seems that Secret's in cruise control, but there's still a lot of time on the clock. But we're asking for a complete 180 offensively from Veloce. They have to do something they haven't done in this series, which is score 2 goals right now. We need something. As Math kicks it off the back wall.
Find it.
And now you just kill the time if you're Team Secret for Veloce.
Yep, they've got the security.
There were opportunities in this game for sure, and there were chances throughout, but it never felt like the offense was able to get it going.
And the speed, they can't match it. They're out of boost. They've got to deal with Sad, who's being as annoying as ever, a pest on the offense. Senzo's past one. Something, anything, a sign of life, hope needs to be given to Veloce if they want to stay alive here in the wild card stage. 10 seconds left, Spaceman. Will they find it?
This was one of the more one-sided affairs I think we've seen the entire weekend. After that opening goal from Veloce in game 1, this was not even close.
Yep.
Team Secret, 4-0 sweep in their matchup, and they will send home Veloce.
The confidence on the pitch you saw from all 3 players that you see on your screen right now. Unbelievable stuff. Sad, Knight, and Math. Cool, calm, collected. A couple of double commits, but they were willing to take those risks, which we didn't see out of Veloce until that last game. It might have been 2-0, but I still think that last game, match point, the best showing for Veloce, at least at the beginning half.
And we barely talked about Math at all in this series. Like,
right?
we barely said his name. I mean, that's just how consistent everybody else was for Team Secret. And it's tough for Veloce for sure. Not only does the tournament run end here, but in that series, it never quite felt like they were either on the same page or able just to put it all together. It was so many opportunities where they needed to pick up the pace. They needed to get downfield as a group, as a unit. The boost consumption and management was certainly there in the start, especially going into Aquadome. But I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just surprised that it was kind of that one-sided.
I think it's surprising, too, to see some of these mechanics off. I thought Twiz was going to be able to get a save, but still, I think you have to have a lot of respect for Veloce coming in. They had a rough start. Might have been dealing with some jet lag issues. A lot of other problems could have been faced their way that we're unaware of, but still couldn't perform when it mattered most. We're dealing with some sub issues. Impressive. Ended up playing for a couple of series. Then you got subbed out from Twiz. So back and forth stuff, couldn't find their rhythm, I'd say, for Veloce, and that's gonna be tough, especially when you're up against a Team Secret that gains momentum quickly, Spaceman. Yeah,
I think that Team Secret kind of took what they were given in that game. They get a goal or two, and they played not to lose. Now, oftentimes that could be a detriment for teams, but the defense was good enough to win this series, and all they needed was a goal. They figured, why are we going to shoot ourselves in the foot if we don't have to?
And you talk about playing not to lose, but it seemed as though when they were tied up, everything was equalized. Team Secret were like, okay, we need to be aggressive. We need to take the initiative, and they were willing to throw risk forward. Then they'd get 1 or 2 goals, and then they'd push it back a bit. And Veloce didn't know how to handle that.
Yeah, they were so good at being able to spread the defense out, and at the end of the day, Team Secret do get it done, but that's going to do it for us here on the caster side. Let's throw it over to the stage with an interview.
Thank you so much to Turtle and Spaceman. I am here with Knight from Team Secret. What a fantastic performance. Much appreciation from the crowd, and rightly so. But I've got to ask, Knight, I mean, in the pre-match interview, it was said that you thought you'd make it through the Swiss easily. It's proving more difficult than you expected.
A entrevista que eu fiz falando que ia ser muito fácil era mais uma provocação, assim, a gente sabia que ia ser difícil, tudo isso, mas a gente não performou como a gente realmente queria e tá sendo uma caminhada muito difícil até agora, mas a gente vai classificar, confia em nós.
He said he thought it would be hard, but this like saying it was easy, it's like a provocation for everyone. And he said like just to make fun of everyone, but like it's being a hard Swiss. We didn't imagine that. And then he said that we will win, we will pass, trust us.
Well, it seemed to work right there against Veloce. 4-0, a massive sweep, a brilliant performance. How much of that confidence was important for you to play that well against Veloce?
Depois dessa partida contra a Veloce, a gente está muito confiante, a gente entrou muito confiante, a gente sabia que a gente conseguia ganhar deles e não deu em outra. A gente acabou com os caras.
He said this happened because we were confident in ourselves. We trained a lot, we bootcamp and everything, and like we just smashed them. Yeah.
Well, South America is increasingly seen as just as good as EU, just as good as NA. How has it felt riding that wave, really helping put South America on the map as a respected team?
A nossa região da América do Sul até hoje é muito subestimada e a gente está aqui para mudar isso. A Fúria já deu o primeiro passo e a gente, a The Club, está tentando continuar isso e fazer a nossa região ser tratada como a gente realmente merece.
He said that Furia already did the first step. They did like top 6 2 times, and we are trying to do the same step as they did, and like we are in the way.
Well, thank you so much. Well played to Knight and Team Secret. 4-0 winners here. Make sure you don't go anywhere. There is more Rocket League to come, so stay tuned in.